Blog Talk Radio.
Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed. This summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party. Put summer party. Party crew, keep it real for you. No clothes allowed.
All right, welcome to another Friday night edition of the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Woo! Friday night. And I'm feeling all right. How you feeling tonight, Kel?
Not too bad, not too bad. I'm trying to figure out this crazy weather. Ooh, almost 80 degrees today. What's up? What's up?
I'm not mad at it.
You out there on the sprinkler today?
You know what? I thought about it, but I didn't want to upset the neighbors, so I said I better not do it.
Okay. All right. How you feeling, Papa?
Doing good. Long day. A little tired, but I'm all right.
Okay. I hear that brown stuff swirling around in the glass with some ice.
Yeah, the fire got to burn off first
Okay.
in the morning.
Okay.
See, that fog in the morning is vicious.
It has been
For
foggy
sure.
almost every day of the week.
Yeah. What's
Week
up with that?
I don't know. I think the weather is all confused too. But anyway, all right.
Yeah.
You ready for the rundown, Ketel?
Sure. Waiting on you guys. You guys ready?
Oh yeah, we're ready. Lock and load.
All right. Buckle up, as they say. Hot topic tonight. The Supreme Court restores ban on curbside voting in Alabama. Here we go again with this thing. Also, final presidential debate before the election. And what is SARS? Also, our hit and quit it headlines. China threatens retaliation over U.S.-Taiwan arms sales. Also, middle school assigned right-wing videos for extra credit. Trump campaign warned about videotaping silly voters. Also, a judge dismissed the third-degree murder charge. And a tweet about a 102-year-old woman voting goes viral. Hey, finally something, right? Cocktail of the week is called the Kiwi Envy. What's popping with Poppa DD? Of course, we're going to lighten it up, as I say. Our weird news, wildlife trapper dons disguise to capture aggressive turkeys. Also, a man wins $2 million after mistakenly buying extra lottery tickets. And pumpkin squashes competition at annual weigh-off. I'm just saying with Redwine, something is fishy. Living for the city with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, the kiss it list, and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with the hot topics.
You're listening to the Pajama Party Late Night Adult Talk Show. We've added a new segment to the show called the Kiss It List. Every week, we put people on this list who have done dumb stuff or have been irritating or just gotten on ours or your nerves. So we call them out and put them on the Kiss It list, and we tell you why. If you have somebody you want to add to our Kiss It list, hit us on Twitter at @PajamaParty and use hashtag #KissIt, and we'll add them to the list. If you prefer to email your contenders, send them to info@apajamaparty.com. We'll call them out every Friday night at the end of the show, so get those names in. Now, let's get back to the Pajama Party Crew and more of the show. DJ, would you mind turning it up a notch? Oh, how rude. Oh, you're on the Kiss It list.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine. fine.
Bonsoir, darling. Bonsoir. Comment allez-vous?
C'est très bien, merci. Bugle, bugle,
Merci. All
anyway,
right.
all right. You give me the first. I really don't like doing the first story, but
You'll be all right.
Like I'm the
Time
first.
for the hot topics.
It's like I'm the first one going out on stage doing a talent show here.
Well, get on out there. Do your thing.
All right. This is the Supreme Court restores a ban on curbside voting in Alabama. Let's dig into this a little bit. A divided Supreme Court on Wednesday reinstated a state-ordered ban on curbside voting in Alabama, despite claims from disabled and at-risk voters that making them vote inside polling places puts them in a danger of contacting the coronavirus, which everybody's concerned about. All right, the justice split 5-3 in the case, with Chief Justice John Roberts aligning with his fellow conservative court members to stay a lower court injunction that lifted the situation and on drive-through voting that was issued by Alabama Secretary of State. All right, all three of the shorthanded high court, it remains liberal, indicated that that would allow curbside voting in other countries that wanted to permit it. So I guess they wanted to nip it in the bud and keep everything like it's supposed to be. So this whole situation, why did Alabama have such an issue with that? Nobody.
A lot of black folks in Alabama. A lot of low-income folks in a lot of counties in that area.
Southern states.
Probably why. Yeah. You know, that's why they target it. So I'm trying to understand. So you're saying that they don't allow curbside anymore. So now people have to either stand in line and vote, you know, in the traditional way, or if they had mail-in.
They restored the ban on it. I mean, so people got to go indoors. You know, I guess that's what it boils down to. But I'm trying to figure out why, you know, just to overlay this particular situation. All this stuff here is I mean, COVID is one thing. But the sense of normalcy and the sense of tradition, when you arrive at, you know, you're almost taking everything from the core of everything, you know. And when people try to change things, and I mean, I know people had the same problem on their job with a younger percentile of people, you know. A lot of people, you know, even on my job, when I first met some of the younger employees came on board, you know, you think you're going to mentor them because you have some maturity and experience, and if you're about to leave anyway, you're like, well, let me just lay some stuff on them. But they come in with such damn attitudes that you'd be like, you know what? I ain't trying to teach these jokers nothing, you know. And I'm saying all that to say that even on a situation like this, when things pop up and people try to do something different based on the and then they're going to bring them back in. No, you got to go inside. It's almost the level of suppression done in a whole nother way.
Yeah,
you know?
That's what it is. It's like a backdoor way to suppress the vote. Because people who are uncomfortable with being in a building where there may be limited ventilation, and you may have to be in there for some period of time, where people feel like it's putting them at risk for ending up with COVID, then they would feel like, okay, well, then my choice is either I put my life on the line or I just don't vote. That shouldn't even have to be a choice.
But another question I have on this here is, why does something have to go over to the Supreme Court when it seems like it's just a issue with the state? I mean, what?
Because that's the next level up.
Yeah, but it was that strong?
Right.
It was that serious?
If it's contested
I guess
strong
so.
enough. Yeah. If the local court can't resolve it, then whoever is filing the lawsuit can submit it to the Supreme Court to get a decision from a higher court.
Wow.
That seems ridiculous to me. I mean, let people vote. What's the problem?
I think the night
Who is running scared as if we didn't know?
The night of the election is going to be like the movie The Purge.
But I'm saying, who is running scared? You know? Wink, wink. Who is running scared?
Right. Yeah, I'm looking at the whole picture because, first of all, this is quote-unquote the cotton state. So we know what that means. They deal with a lot of agriculture and stuff, but they're considered the cotton state. And their border is Tennessee, redneck, Florida, redneck, Georgia, redneck, Mississippi, Mo, redneck. So this is why I had to go all the way to the Supreme Court, Papa. This is why. Because the people are trying to fight for, quote-unquote, the sensible people's rights, but you keep knocking us down, saying we can't do X, Y, Z. They should understand that this is an unorthodox way that we have to vote, but we have to vote because of what you said earlier, Redwine, about, going inside and ventilation and so on. So, hey, I commend those people that continue to fight for us to do what we need to do, get jackass out the office. But we're going to get on that subject a little later.
Okay.
It's brutal. It really is.
Well, shout out to the people in Alabama that's trying to stand for what's right. Because you shouldn't have all this just to be able to vote.
But, Alabama does have a share of white folks, too, though, now.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, a big share. I mean, it may be black. I mean, sometimes we think about southern states when we think black people. But Alabama, I've been to Alabama a lot. And Alabama is really predominantly white. It's not, there's blacks there. But, then you got the whole suppression of black folks that continue to live there. They have that, they have that, that mentality where they're waving at people all day and all that crap. That's why I can never step my big ass toe past D.C. because I just got city written all over my damn face. You know what I mean? I can never live anywhere other than, and not so much the fact I wouldn't want to, but as soon as I go in the country, they're going to look at my ass and say, you fucking city slicker, get the fuck out of here. But because I'm not sitting on the porch and waving at people all fucking 9 times a day. Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe rides by 5 times, and I'm waving at Joe 5 times a damn day, and they do it like they seen him for the first time. And it's, I know I'm stereotyping, but you know what I mean? That whole Southern life and all that old Southern Belle shit is just like,
it's a lot.
Please, I just can't maintain it because it seems like a play on Broadway so much. You know what I mean? The outfits and the people and the crap and the bullshit. And I'm just, please, fuck all
That's
that.
That's
anyway,
that city slicker in you.
I just can't mess with it. I'm serious.
Check this out. I just looked it up, and Alabama. The state of Alabama has voted Republican in every presidential election since 1980. Yeah. So apparently, that's one of the reasons why they're running scared.
That was the Reagan years.
There you go.
Yeah. And I think they've been red, obviously, since 1980. I think they're trying to keep their red status, and that's why they're doing all this crazy stuff. Because you probably have a lot of people who have either finally registered, because like you said, Poppa DD, you had a lot of black people who were there in the whole cotton belt who just never left. And some of them never registered to vote, or if they did, they haven't voted in a while.
Oh, yeah. They
so
keep
now you got all these people that are registering or re-registering to vote, and they're concerned that this state may not necessarily go red this time. So they're pulling out every trick they can pull out. Interesting, huh?
Yep. Yep.
It says they've also done well in the Senate and the House elections, keeping them red. So, red, redneck. I guess it all matches. All right.
Ooh, okay. All right.
Just saying. All right, we're going to move on. All right, going to you, Ketel. What you got?
This final presidential debate before this election, I have to say, I mean, it was interesting, and I'm surprised that I looked at everything, looked at the whole debate last night. The second and final showdown, we thought we were going to have a third, but I think Biden said that's it, between, I can't even say it, DT And Joe Biden looked much more like a normal debate than the first meeting. Yep. So, but it probably didn't do anything to change the race's trajectory. Amid of lies from Trump, he hammered Biden for failing to solve problems like institutional racism during his time in the Senate and as vice president. He keeps going on about, hey, I've been in office for 47 months, you've been in 47 years, and so on, and you haven't done jiggity jack. So Biden talked about Trump in policy terms, criticizing his handling of the pandemic, of course, and his approach to health care, which he had zilch to talk about. He keeps talking about he has his plan. He's not giving you anything. Also, he bashed him about the economy and immigration also. How there's about over 500 kids still, they're trying to put their parents back together, this whole immigration thing. And Donald Trump mentioned about the cages that they, talking about Biden and Obama, President Obama, that they built the cages. I'm like, okay, how long are you going to stay on that?
Where's that?
That's not actually accurate, but anyway, go on.
Right.
That's
also, he issued falsehoods and personal attacks on Joe Biden. He kept talking about his family and how his family is, getting all this money from foreign entities and everything. That should really piss me off. He's like, that's not true. So it was just crazy. But the debate was interesting. And the moderator, she did have to turn, I believe, Donald Trump's mic off at least once or twice. So, because he just kept on and on. So, did you guys watch the debate last night?
Oh, yeah, I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on it?
I watched that. Yeah. I'll wait till you're finished, and then I'll tell you what I thought.
Oh, no, go ahead. That was basically it. I mean, I think pretty much everybody kind of watched the debate and got their take on it and, the way Biden attacked Donald Trump and vice versa, But, of course, we know the president, Donald Trump, he's all, his is all lies. So, but what was your take on it?
I just felt like, for one, Biden spent quite a bit of time on the defense, which, on the one hand is not a bad thing, but I just feel like he was constantly in the position of having to defend his position. And I didn't feel like Trump ever really had to defend his position, because sometimes when Trump started speaking, he started throwing questions at Biden like he was the daggone moderator. And I'm like, wait a minute. Kristen, what's her name? Kristen
Welker?
Whatever. Yeah. I said, the moderator is supposed to be tossing the questions. Why is Trump trying to throw questions at Biden? And I said, and then Biden was feeling, of course, like he needed to answer them. And I felt like it just kept him on defense so much.
Mm-hmm.
And to use a sports metaphor, you can't score. Well, you can, but you score more points when you're on offense.
Right.
When you're on defense, you don't make anything happen point-wise unless you take the ball.
Right. I agree. But I think Biden, he really didn't get into his own until almost at the end because he started talking about the American people and what we wanted, what we needed. They were going back and forth for a while, but Biden finally talked to, the American people. He looked at the screen and talked to American people. That was powerful. So,
but did you see how it? Did you see how it pissed Trump off when he did it?
Of course, sure. He just turned turned more yellow.
He was like, "What are you talking about? People sitting at the kitchen table and all of that. What are you talking about? Why do you say?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's because Joe Biden shows more concern and empathy for people, which Trump doesn't know how to do that."
No, he does not. He it's funny too because Biden called him Abraham Lincoln. He told me he's non-racist person in his room, and then the things he's done more than way back with Abraham Lincoln. So Biden, unfortunately, called him Abraham Lincoln. He said, "Why you call me Abraham Lincoln?" That was funny at that particular time. But it was like, if you keep comparing yourself to Abe Lincoln, so I guess Biden said, "Yeah, I got confused." But yeah. But what's your take on it, Papa? What'd you take from it?
I just took the fact that, Trump, and I've dealt with people like this, a couple females, as far as coworkers, just classic bullies, you know what I mean? I mean, when you're a bully and you got the aggression and you have all that, when you say stuff knowing that you ain't worth a damn, and you're going to say some stuff to somebody that's less than what it is you have performed or that you have showed, and the person that has a good heart really can't come out and, and I've been in that position before where bullies were around me and they're just talking and kissing. Well, let me define the meaning of bully. Bully means that a person that's a bully is arrogant as hell and only respects authority. That means that they're throwing all kind of arrogance around all day long to their coworkers and everybody, but when the boss comes in, the tongue goes right up the boss's ass. Automatically. I mean, automatic. If you look at a bully, the only time they calm down in the office, not around the coworkers, because they're slapping them around all day. And the biggest thing a bully does also is talk without thinking. They just blow it out of their mouth without even thinking about what they're about to say, because they feel like they're going to hit you back with arrogance. But the key to arrogance is that if you're going to be arrogant, you got to be perfect. Because the worst thing a bully can do or an arrogant person can do is fucking apologize. Because now you're like a complete asshole. Because you were an asshole during your whole evolution of being an asshole. Now you got to apologize with an asshole disposition. And that's the most embarrassing thing they could do. But Trump has this, getting back to him, he has that classic level of being a bully. And he just... And Biden can't match that. And he shouldn't match it because it's too much. It takes too much energy. I think last night that Trump sucked the energy out of Biden last night with all the crap. And Biden was like, you know what, man, this is our last debate. I'm not even trying to defend this stuff anymore. You know what I mean? Talking to you is like talking to a wall. Talking to you is like talking to a bumbling idiot. But he's on camera. But the one thing I took away from that whole thing last night, which everybody should take heed to, is that when Jill came out, she hugged him. Mm-hmm. Okay? I don't know what the fuck Trump and his wife is doing. That shit was no hug. There was no embracing. There was no fucking pussy up. Nothing. There was nothing. I'm telling you. And then they actually looked over at Jill and said, "Oh my God," because when Jill came in, boom, pussy right up against the dick, boom, like it wasn't shit. A straight up hug right to your husband, wife, bam.
Body to body
contact, squeezing, he grabbing her back, natural instinct. Fucking old girl, she's like, she looks like a Martian zombie and shit. And she stands up next to him. She's all protocol. He stands there. Then they look at that. And you can't tell me that Trump don't have no affection. All the scallywags he done ran up in. Okay? All the baby mama drama that man got. All the you can run him down. He got 3 baby mamas. He's got the porn stars. That man he ran up into how many women in his life? And now you go to the people with your wife there.
But that's a good observation.
Oh, that was obvious.
Melania came up on that stage.
Yeah.
And she had her mask on. They looked so uncomfortable. They were like, "Oh, okay. Well, let me see. Take my hand. Okay, I'm gonna hold your hand. Yeah, hold my
protocol.
hand." They were fumbling around.
If you ain't kissing and hugging up on stage like that, then you're not doing that under a normal base.
Right.
And that's to tell people right there that. What the hell's up with that? And how much older?
Natural.
My question too is what is the age difference between Trump's wife and his daughter? What is their age difference? If somebody could pull that up,
not that long. Not far.
I definitely ain't that far because she still looks very young. And look at her daughter; they got to be 2-3 years apart at the most. I mean, but it's very interesting, you know. And despite all the stuff we talk about politics, the biggest thing I saw was Jill ran up to Biden and just hugged her man and was like straight up, we're in a relationship. That crap they was in, like two people sleeping in twin beds in a room, you know. It was you know. But that's the biggest thing I saw. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, Melania is 50 and Ivanka is 38.
Yeah.
So it's not far.
Yeah.
About 12 years.
Yeah, about 12.
Yeah, that's a brother and sister age, really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because ain't nobody
It
having
was
no baby.
interesting, though. I tell you what, and I'm going to get off of that topic.
Yeah, we need to
The
move
one
on.
thing that really irks me is every freaking time that Trump says, I've done more for the black
Oh God, we're gonna
than
get on
any
that.
other president. I'm like, dude,
Yeah, we'll get back on that because that's.
Oh,
I'm gonna talk about that.
that is so
on that whole
insulting.
black thing. Because,
okay, all right. I'm gonna move on to SARS.
Yeah, that black thing is gonna be, you know.
I want to talk about SARS. I've been reading about this because I kept hearing it, and I was like, wait, SARS? You talking about like the virus? When I first heard people talking about SARS, I thought they were talking about, you remember like when bird flu came out, and then it was something called SARS, and at first I thought that's what they were talking about. But this whole End SARS hashtag that's been going around, it has to do with a movement going on in the motherland in Nigeria. So what's been going on is that the president of Nigeria is not acknowledging the massive protests that are going on and the people in Nigeria that are being slaughtered. And it is almost like a mirror situation to what's going on here in the U.S. with the Black Lives Matter movement. So you got Nigeria's president, Muhammadu Buhari. He got on TV in Nigeria on yesterday in what they called a rare televised address, saying that a bunch of stuff he was saying, but one of the things he said in his address is he just vaguely mentioned the ongoing developments, but he was referencing the protests. He's not even coming right out and saying the youth in Nigeria are protesting SARS. Now, what SARS is, well, let me just finish this. So he was saying that he was calling for the youth to discontinue the street protest, and he didn't say anything about the fact, and this is a fact, that the security forces have killed people in the streets in broad daylight in front of cameras, and they don't care. They just do what they want to do. And this is some of this is the Nigerian military. That the Nigerian military has opened fire on thousands of people that were peacefully protesting. Now, does that not sound like what's happening right here? You got the military open fire on peaceful protesters. So far that we know of, they've killed at least 12 people and injured hundreds of others. But everybody is seeing it. The rest of the world, everybody is seeing what's going on in Nigeria. Now, SARS stands for, SARS stands for the Special Anti-Robbery Squad. Now, this group, SARS, was created because allegedly there were so many robberies and, burglaries, all this kind of stuff going on. So the government in Nigeria came up with this squad that they called SARS to go out and combat all the robberies, burglaries, etc. The problem is they gave these people too many, privileges, I guess. These people were out here, no uniform, unmarked vehicles. So if they come up on you, you don't know who they are. You just feel like you're just getting jacked up by some random person. And the thing is that they were given such wide berth to basically do whatever to whomever, whenever, and however. You cannot run a government that way. You cannot police that way. And as a result, people were being profiled. So I watched video of different protesters and different citizens of Nigeria saying they were picked up by SARS, police forces, or whatever they call them, SARS, for things like having an iPhone. Because they're looking at people like, oh, you have an iPhone, you have money. Where'd you get that money? You must be a criminal. And that's their logic. They're like, oh, you got flashy clothes, you got dreadlocks, you've got tattoos. You must be involved in some criminal situation, so we're going to arrest you. And we're going to take you to the police precinct, and we're going to beat you up, beat you down, and make you confess to wherever you allegedly got this money from to buy whatever it is that they, accuse you of having. People had decent vehicles, a nice car. They say you must be a criminal. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that we deal with as black people in America. I personally have been stopped when I was driving a decent vehicle once in a southern state, and a cop pulled us over and wanted license registration. We gave the information, and then they're going to ask, is this car rented? I'm like, what? You just looked at the license and the registration. You don't see the name on the registration? Why are you asking me, is this a rental? Why are you harassing us like this? But this is the same crap that's going on in Nigeria. And basically the young people in Nigeria are saying, we're not putting up with it anymore. So the president of Nigeria decided, okay, everybody's mad about SARS. We're going to get rid of SARS. But instead of him just disbanding it, he basically just put a whole new outfit on it. It's like, okay, instead of wearing blue, why don't y'all wear red and call it something different? But it's the same people. So he says he's disbanding SARS like around the earlier part of last week. Now they're calling it SWAT. But the problem is the same people who were out here jacking up innocent citizens are part of SWAT. So it's the same thing all over again. So you got people being killed in the street.
I'm a little confused. So you're saying SARS is an organization like Black Lives Matter, or they're the police?
No, SARS is the police force that the Nigerian government came up with, this undercover kind of unmarked, unlabeled police force.
Okay.
They're out here extorting money from people. If they think you got some money, they try to take it from you whenever they feel like it. So the president said, we're going to get rid of SARS, and then we'll put SWAT in its place. But they're putting the same people that were part of SARS in place of what was SARS. Now they want to call it SWAT. So bottom line is that the people are going to keep protesting until they feel like they're getting justice. So that's the whole history of it, long, short version of it in a nutshell. That's what's happening in Nigeria.
Wow. You think we got it bad? Let's go to somebody else's country. Wow.
Yeah, they're going through a lot of the same stuff that we're dealing with right here.
Crazy. Okay. All right. Well, if you guys got any questions or comments, hit us up tonight. 914-803-4306.
And
press 1 to get in the queue. Yeah. So if you guys want to talk about something, give us a call. I guess we're going to take a little CC break and get to the Hit and Quit It hit lines.
All right. We'll be back on the other side of the break.
Hey, this is Redwine. Just doing a few promos for the Pajama Party Adult Online Radio Talk Show. You know how we do it. PJs only. No clothes allowed. And I was just trying to get this done.
Hey, Redwine, are you talking about the Pajama Party, where we talk about hot topics, movie reviews, living for the city, and what's popping with me, Poppa DD?
I know you guys aren't doing this spot without me. Ketel with the yellow top. Did you tell everybody that they can reach us at apajamaparty.com or call us live, 914-803-4306. Check us out on Twitter. And don't forget to kiss the list.
Okay, now is the time for me to sing?
No. We don't have time for all that.
Oh, she could sing. Let's get back to the show.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right, Ketel. It's time to hit them and quit them.
All right. Well, you guys, hold on. China threatens retaliation over U.S.-Taiwan arms sale. Okay, seems like China's getting mad because we're selling ammunition and guns and things to Taiwan. China on Thursday threatened to make a legitimate and necessary retaliation over the U.S. sale of $1 billion worth of missiles to Taiwan, as Beijing becomes increasingly strident over its claims to be the self-ruled island. So the U.S. State Department said on Wednesday it had approved the sale of 135 air-to-ground missiles to Taiwan to move Taipei's defense ministry said would build its combat capabilities. Okay, so they're trying to build them up. Democrat and self-ruled Taiwan lives under constant threat of invasion by China, whose leaders view the island as part of their territory. Okay, going back and forth territory. China's foreign ministry on Thursday accused the U.S. of violating agreements signed by Beijing and Washington in the 70s, establishing diplomatic relations between the two governments. Okay, so they said the sale is sending a very wrong signal to separatism forces advocating for Taiwan independence, and seriously damages China-U.S. relations ministry. That's what they're saying in this last press briefing. So, like I said, you guys better hold on because hopefully we're not going to get no retaliation. I hope not. But China, from what I've been hearing and seeing, they're beefing up their military forces. So I just hope we don't see no bombs no time soon. I really do. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Hopefully that won't turn into something.
Yeah.
I hope
we
not.
already got a pandemic going on now. We got to worry about war and all that. So, but I'm quite sure if something happens, I'm quite sure we better be ready. That's all I'm saying. We better be ready.
True.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I got one for you. Middle school. This is a middle school in Ohio, and this is a public middle school. They've been caught giving students extra credit assignments for watching right-wing videos from this group called PragerU. It's a right-wing website that produces clips of talking head videos with people like Candace Owens, okay? And if you're not familiar with Candace Owens, look her up if you dare. She's a nut. But Candace Owens and this guy Ben Shapiro talking about very conservative points of view and whatnot. They have titles that these kids, and these are middle school kids, being indoctrinated with all this right-wing stuff. Videos about things like build the wall and why the right was right and the left ruins everything. Conservatives are the real environmentalists, and the Ferguson lie. So I guess they feel like everything that happened in Ferguson, Missouri was all a lie, and they have a video about that. And they're putting the school in Ohio was putting this information out to the kids as an assignment. So it turns out one of the kids came home, told a parent about it. The parent was like, not on my watch, and pulled their child out of the class. So finally the administration decided, okay, well, we're just going to pull all of that out of our curriculum. And, I'm just glad somebody found out about it. And it's concerning because it's one thing to teach children about government and how the government works. It's a whole other thing when you start giving them assignments to get credit for, to show them a bunch of, whether it's left wing, right wing, middle wing, whatever wing, videos. That's problematic. So I'm putting this particular school, it's trying to find the name of it, Maumee City Schools. I'm putting them on the Kiss It list. So that's all I have on that. Poppa DD, you're up next. But yeah, I'm going to put this school on the Kiss It list, Maumee Public Schools.
Where's that located?
It's I saw that somewhere. It's not too far from one of the major cities in Ohio. I don't recall.
Oh, it's in Ohio.
Yeah, it's in Ohio.
That's a damn shame.
But the Ferguson lie, really? What you got, Papa?
Let's see here. Let's see. Trump's campaign is warned about videotaping voters dropping off mail ballots. Let's see. Trump's campaign spent some time last week surveillance and videotaping voters dropping off mail ballots in Philadelphia City Hall, prompting some swift putback from Pennsylvania's top prosecutors. Now, the whole situation is here. I'd rather explain this here more than read it. It's just that I don't know whether I think Trump is definitely, most of his money, the reason why when it comes to campaign money, Trump is paying a lot of money under the table, a lot of outward money. They always say elections, they have street money, where a politician used to go around and just give out money for people that are promoting their cause, This goes back a long time. And being Trump has the age he has, he's able to take on that same concept. That's why all these people that are the people that's working for him to to suppress stuff, they're getting paid. Because I'm telling you, there's such a slush out there. If you think back to the Eddie Murphy movie, that movie Distinguished Gentleman, where how they were hustling this stuff first, and old girl, what's her name, Shirley Roth. Remember, she was
I remember
Inga from Sweden and all that jazz. And he pulled a meeting together and say, we're in the wrong business. We need to go to D.C. where the streets are paved with gold, I mean, these guys have already signed off on the stimulus packages where they're taking cuts on that, the wall, the money for the wall. Trump has plenty money to. You got to understand, Trump has been conniving money and embezzling money in buildings and stuff for years. That big old conglomerate, remember Atlantic City, the Trump Taj Mahal, but all that gaudy stuff in there in Atlantic City. I mean, Trump has always been able to manipulate money, and he hasn't stopped. Now he's in there in Milk and Honey, D.C. That's what's going on now. So to pay all these people around the world to do, when I say I don't mean a payday, all these people come from different foundations, and these foundations are going to be, paid off at the end of the day. Believe me. I mean, it's going to shock you how this election is going to turn out. I mean, because it's like, I mean, the corruption started early. Everything you hear now crop up with people doing stuff. Trump had his finger on that pulse for the last couple of years. I mean, because for one, with all the impeachment, he hasn't been able to get his stuff off at all. He's been preoccupied with everything, And then come Monday, they're going to vote this lady in. I mean, and what they're doing is like clockwork. They're being such bullies, and nobody's getting in their way. That's the whole interesting part of things. But, I mean, as it would be, God don't like ugly, so they can't take that extremist too far, because I don't just think God would have it. God raised this world as a balancing act, and something's going to give after a while.
Yeah.
It's going to give, because it's not, this world is going to be destroyed by God's terms, not by somebody man-made. Because Trump is only, Trump reminds me of Kris Kringle and Santa Claus. The difference in the two. Ebenezer Scrooge and things like that. Trump has a shelf life like anybody else. Anything you got in your freezer, in your pantry, expiration dates on your pills, your medicine. Trump has a shelf life, and what happens to him once his time passes, or his whole situation. There's been some great people that done some great things that have passed on, I mean, Thurgood Marshall, Martin Luther King. These are great people that passed on, whether they were assassinated or died of natural causes, whatever. But, man, once Trump falters and falls off of his pedestal, man, could you imagine a domino effect? Because nobody has that type of venom like he has. He's the king cobra of everything. He always had the money to back him up, the lawyers to back him up, the crap to back him up, his little chickadees on the side, you know what I mean? All his drama. And he got into this particular job which is a freak of nature. But he blew the dog whistle. People came out. Things got crazy, illegal stuff. The Russians stepped in, and he couldn't believe he won his damn self. Mm-hmm. But now that he's in, all the people he picked, but how can you say, like, I only want to get close to what I'm about to say because I'm definitely saying before it's popping. That thing on black people, whew, that has got to be.
What happened in Philly now?
Well, Philly, they were taking videos and stuff of people and who was voting for stuff, and people were intimidated. They're trying to intimidate people. So they were all up by City Hall with all these videos right up in people's face. Because these people are just arrogant. They're arrogant. And people that don't battle arrogance are people that don't want to go to jail. You know, most of the time nowadays, most people have come to their senses that it's not worth robbing a bank. It's not worth selling drugs, have people knock at the door buying a nickel bag, a dime bag. I'm not trying to get busted for no bullshit. You know? Your friends say, come on, man, let's go steal a car. Nah, man, I'm going to sit this one out. Mm. You know what I mean? People come to their senses that going to jail is not a fucking a recreational sport anymore, you know?
Right.
So when these people come up and videotape them and everything, they're kind of saying, get the camera out of my face. I mean, they're not going to punch them or hit them because they got to go home to their families. They got to go work the next day. If you got any kind of life and any kind of future, you just going to move on. You ain't going to deal with that bullshit. You know, you want to live to see another day, especially during a pandemic and everything else that's going on. But these people here, they're just crazy. I mean, Trump is dealing with some of the most emptiest poor white trash you can imagine. It's almost like kamikaze pilots that just flew right into the ship, you know?
Yeah.
It's just, you know, I'm telling you, it's the ignorance is off the chain. They're ignorant, and he has to talk to his base all the time because they're so damn stupid that you got to keep throwing that subliminal message in their head. Oh, he's going to another rally. He's going to another rally. He's like Steve Harvey going to another comedy show. You know, Steve Harvey's going to the show because that's his fans buying his ticket. I got to keep them laughing so I can live another year by making them laugh again. And that's how he's rolling with this base. It's like, but he talks ignorant conversations to them, and they sit back and lock her up, and all this stupid shit. And I'm like, wow.
All right.
So anyway, we'll leave that alone. But yeah, that's what they're doing. So watch yourself on voting day.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I got the next one.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. A judge dismissed the third-degree murder charge. The guy on the Derek Chauvin on the George Floyd that case dropped it down to second-degree charges. Remains though. So
what?
Following this development, the governor Tim Walz activated the Minnesota National Guard in the greater metro area as quote-unquote precautionary steps in light of the developments in the this George Floyd case. He's talking about we've taken precautionary steps of asking the Minnesota National Guard to prepare to help ensure safety for Minnesotans. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. So 3 other former officers, they were charged with aiding and abetting second-degree murder. All 3 had requested to have charges against them dismissed, but the judge, he ruled against it, of course. Second-degree murder is the traditional murder charge that's been filed against Chauvin, while second-degree manslaughter is the most common charge used against officers in deadly force. Why is that? Because they're cops? You know, I'm like,
sounds
what?
like it.
Yeah. So it goes on to say third-degree murder is a rarely used statute in Minnesota. According to Minnesota law, murder in the third degree is committed when there isn't intent or premeditation. A typical use of the third-degree murder charge would be used against a person who fired a gun in a crowd or drove through crowded sidewalk. Interesting. It's rarely used in central Minnesota. I mean, here we go with that bullshit again. It's redneck.
It just never stops. It never stops.
I know. So the Floyd family attorney, Benjamin Crump, he also released a statement expressing the family's confidence in the prosecutors We are gratified that the court preserved 8 of the 9 charges, including the more serious second-degree charge, in which we expect a conviction. Yep. So we'll see. I mean, the video is clear evidence, so we'll see.
All right. I got one last one for you that is good news for a change. And then, Ketel, we're going to come to you right after this with the cocktail of the week. So get ready. I've got one about a tweet about a 102-year-old woman who, when she went to vote, it went viral. A tweet showing a 102-year-old woman moments after casting her vote for the upcoming election went viral on Wednesday morning of this week, and it caught the attention of quite a few people, including our President for Life, Barack Obama. The tweet from Dr. Quentin Eumanes, who's a physician at Northwestern Memorial Hospital, showed a photo of his 102-year-old great-aunt sitting in the car after voting with her little sticker on that said, "I voted." And he went on to say in his tweet that at 102 years old, my great-aunt, born in the year of the last great pandemic, made her way to the ballot box to cast her vote. If she can do it, you can too. So for anybody out there who was thinking they weren't going to vote, get out and vote. If she can get out and vote, you can too. Her name is Aura Smith, and this was in South Carolina. She says that she realizes how important it is for her voice to be heard. And she went on to say that when she was born, neither women nor African Americans could legally vote. So she understands that it is a privilege to exercise her right to vote.
Wow.
So,
yeah,
shout
amen
out
to her.
Aura Smith. They got out and did her thing.
I know that's right. All right.
Hopefully
right.
other people will follow suit.
Yeah, let's hope so. Well, they putting the advertisement out there for folks to get out there and vote. If you don't, that's on you. So,
yeah, it is.
But,
if you don't like the results and you didn't vote, then it's your fault.
Right. So if you want to change it, go out there and vote. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. Even Time changed their logo. They put vote on there instead of Time magazine. So, you're picking up.
Really?
It says vote. Yeah, it says Vote magazine, but that's the Time magazine. Everybody knows the format, the little border, the red border around it. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Time magazine.
All right. That's what. And they got the little face covering too. So, I guess they're gonna look back in about 10 years from now and be like, "Damn, I had to wear face covering." So it's gonna be interesting
to
see. Yeah. All right. Well, this cocktail is for what's the young lady? What's the young lady's name? 102.
Her name is Aura Smith.
Okay. All right, Miss Smith. This is for you. It's called the Kiwi Envy. It's a fruity gin cocktail. So with 2 ounces of your favorite gin. Mine is Bombay Sapphire. It could be 2.5 if you want a little more gin, but 2 ounces of your favorite gin. 3/4 ounces of elderflower liqueur. It is a flowery liqueur. 1 kiwi peeled. 1/2 ounce of fresh lime juice. 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. And also top it off with sparkling water and a slice of kiwi to garnish. So we're going to add the kiwi fruit to a cocktail shaker and muddle that. Add gin, elderflower liqueur, lime juice, and simple syrup. And top with ice and shake to about 10 seconds. Strain into a tall cocktail glass filled with ice. And top with sparkling water and garnish with the kiwi slice. Sounds delicious.
I love it. And that's called again, what is it?
The Kiwi Envy.
All right. Thank you, Ketel. Merci beaucoup.
You're welcome.
And the cocktail of the week is brought to you by our parent company, DC Homegrown Entertainment. We do appreciate that. And on that note, we're going to take a quick break. And then we're coming back with the world famous Poppa DD and What's Poppin', right on the other side of the break on the Pajama Party Show.
It's the Friday night adult talk show, The Pajama Party, on Blog Talk Radio, produced by DC Homegrown Entertainment. Visit us online at www.apajamaparty.com. Click the banner and you can join us online, or call us right now at 914-803-4306. The views and opinions expressed on this program are those of the Pajama Party crew and you. So pick up the phone and call us now, 914-803-4306, and tell us what's on your mind. There's a big fluffy pillow reserved up front just for you at the Pajama Party. And remember, it's PJs only, no clothes allowed. Pass it on. Now let's get back to the Pajama Party crew and more of the Pajama Party. That better not be my robe.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. When you host Poppa DD, I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's now time for Poppa DD and What's Poppin'. So, Poppa DD.
You know, it's so much. It's so much, man, so much. I tell you,
break it down.
We can't even put enough. You know, and I had so many ideals of what to speak on tonight, and one just kept trumping the other, and one, for lack of a damn better word, you know, one kept overriding the other. But the main thing I want to talk about is the way Trump talks about this black thing, man. I'm like, phew. I'm trying to figure out. Now, here's a man who's been rolling in white dough his whole life, rolling in whiteness his whole life. He got the nerve to be up on stage talking about how much he knows black people. If I hear him say black people one more time, I'm going to fucking scream. My black people. I've done more for black people. Black people, black people. First of all, your administration is all white. Everybody that walks through the halls of the White House is white. The only person you got is that crazy ass, what's that boy's name? Carlson? Ben Carson. Now, this man used to be a fucking brain surgeon. He'd been reduced down to a superintendent, like the man on Good Times, with all the keys on it. Secretary of Housing. So we'll call him the guy on Good Times that carried all the keys on his belt. He's the building. What was his name? Booker. Yeah, we'll call him. He's the building superintendent. You know, this man used to be a brain surgeon, and he's been reduced to bullshit. He should be the Surgeon General. But I mean, you know what gets me too, and when he talks about how black people this and black people that transpires to all that poor white trash that he's talking to. So they get in their minds that they know us so goddamn well. And all of a sudden they start looking at us like the way they look at us now is the way that Trump talks about us. They think that we going home to some type of wherever. Oh, then the black community, the neighborhood, like we all live in the same fucking on the same cul-de-sac some damn where. Or we all living in the same project building. Or we are scattered throughout this world in all kind of venues, live in all kind of circumstances, from one-bedroom apartments to fucking mansions and everything in between. So who the hell say that you got the right to talk about what you think we are, who you think we are, and he couldn't really bring people on at part of his cabinet because the ears wouldn't even allow it. There's so much racial talk in that White House between, remember the other ones was there in the beginning, Bannon and all them, all that whiteness in the beginning, they had to go up out of there. Imagine black people being there hearing all that crap in the beginning with Bannon. I mean, I don't have the names of the people in front of me, the ones that all got indicted that he had to pardon, all those crooks. I'm sure every word come out of their mouth is on a racial level. So he knew we can't bring blacks in here because y'all talk too damn white, and we all be fired, you know. So he had to keep that. But that's the one thing Biden should have said. But you can't say what Biden should have said because, like I said earlier, when a person is a bully, it just exhausts you. I'm sure Biden is done with the whole debate thing because Trump could be very exhausting with the lies and he's full of puff air. All he does all day is just puff, like he's got a built-in helium machine that he just keeps pumping and pumping. It comes out with rude shit. And then when he gets to the different banquets, man, he's up there like Richard Pryor. Dad, they got saying. As soon as he says one thing, they say, lock her up. Yeah, lock her up, lock her up. Oh, yeah, kill her. I mean, he's like, damn, you think he was subject to entertainer. He's got the whole move, the whole white ring situation. He's got them like puppets on a string, but you can only hold people like that when you are imposing the intelligence that they have. They have no natural intelligence. It's almost like a cult that he is distributing through a microphone. And it's just unbelievable how he's rolling on this. And like I said, I'm going to close on this. When you keep talking about black people, you don't know black people worth a shit. You don't know who, what we are, where we live, how we live, and whatever. You keep talking about anything they say they got to do with the police, first responders. All that stuff is in lieu for us. You had a nerve to talk to Biden about the crime bill when, hell, look the way you talk about what you going to do. You wanted to lock up the football players for kneeling. I mean, damn, you the one that's suppressing black people. I'm telling you, listen with the third ear and see with the third eye. That's all I got to say on that.
It is.
Anyway.
All right.
All right.
That's a good one, Papa.
Poppa DD ain't playing tonight.
That microphone is coming out of your chest.
I ain't scared of you, mother.
Anyway.
Drop the mic.
Yeah, just watch this stuff. Just watch this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, just be conscious. Be conscious. Be conscious. Don't go out there in a dream world thinking life is so good, because it's not. You're being surveillance. You're being overseen. You know, you're being overseen by idiots, by trash, man, by uneducated people that are being led like a puppeteer. You know, so just be careful. You know.
It's the Pied Piper.
Truly Pied Piper.
And the ant. What are the rats? The rats are marching.
And I told you, when he falters, it's all going to cave in. Donald Trump Jr. going to take over. Shit, that idiot. I love the way Saturday Night Live. I love the way Saturday Night Live depicts him and his brother. That shit's funny, ain't it?
Tweedledee and Tweedledee.
Lord have mercy. Eric and Trump Jr.
Anyway, all right.
Anyway, we'll move on.
All right, Ketel, what we doing now?
We're going to lighten it up a little bit. You got the first
Poppa
one,
DD
Redwine.
got heavy. All right.
It's all good.
I got some weird ones for you. I've got a wildlife trapper dons a disguise to capture an aggressive turkey. We got an aggressive turkey that was terrorizing a California neighborhood for months, was captured by a wildlife expert who disguised herself as an elderly woman to trick the turkey. They named this turkey Gerald. So Gerald the turkey, who frequently was sighted in Oakland, was causing the city's Morecambe Rose Garden to be closed to visitors during the summer, was finally captured on yesterday by Rebecca Demtrick. That's how I'm going to pronounce her name, Demtrick. She's the director of the Wildlife Emergency Services. Demtrick said she disguised herself as an old woman for the operation after Oakland Animal Services personnel reported that Gerald the turkey preferred to attack the frail and the elderly. Now, is that a shame? This turkey's going after the frail and the elderly people. She said, I baited him in with blueberries, kibble, and sunflower seeds. And then her husband ran down to the truck, so she was alone with the turkey, and she baited him in to charging at her. And as soon as she got a good opening, she grabbed him by the scruff of his neck in a way that did not harm the bird, and they were able to catch him. And she said after being at this for about 5 months, to be on the other side and know now that the turkey is in the wild. So they didn't put him in a cage. They took him from, harassing people up there in, what city did I say? Oakland. From being up there in Oakland harassing the old people and the frail people. And now they've released him out into the wild. So shout out to Gerald the Turkey. Stop harassing the elderly people, Gerald. I'm going to have to put him on the kiss it list.
Oh, Lord. Put the turkey on the kiss it list. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
A man wins $2 million after mistakenly buying extra lottery tickets. How can you mistakenly, buying lottery tickets? Dearborn Heights, Michigan. Okay. And what most people would consider a lucrative mistake, Detroit area man who accidentally bought an extra lottery ticket has won 2 $1 million jackpots. Samir Mazahim, 56, of Dearborn Heights, said he was saving numbers on a lottery app after buying a $2 ticket for the June 9th Mega Millions game. He then realized that he had purchased a second ticket with the same numbers. So he says, I was a little bummed, but didn't think much about it. So until he recently logged onto the app and found he had won 2 $1 million winners. He goes on to say, I couldn't believe it was real. It took several days for the reality to set in. My mistake had paid off for the tune of $2 million. So he recently claimed his prize and plans to buy a new house and save the rest. All right, Michigan, you probably can buy a $100,000 house.
Gee.
Mm-hmm.
I know he's not mad now.
That's nice. All right.
Okay. All right. Over to you, Poppa DD.
My weird news is a pumpkin squash competition at the annual weigh-off. This was near San Francisco. Being cropped up at home due to the pandemic paid handsomely for a Minnesota horticulture teacher who used extra time to constantly water and feed his massive pumpkin that recently won this year's, it's called the Half Moon Bay Pumpkin Contest in California. His name is Travis Ginger of Anarch, Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Spend a lot of free time at home in his pumpkin patch in the backyard, watering his plants up to 10 times a day and feeding it with fertilizer at least twice a day. That's how them damn things get big like that?
I guess.
Water and fertilizer, huh? Okay, Granger, he's 40 years old, then drove his gigantorous pumpkin for 35 hours to see if his hard work paid off. He was registered to compete in the 47th Annual World Championship Pumpkin Weigh-Off in Half Moon Bay, which is in San Francisco, where he came in at 2,350 pounds.
Excuse me? Wait, he drove this pumpkin from Minnesota to San Francisco.
It doesn't say whether he had a truck, a rig, or whatever, but anyway, yeah.
And how much did it weigh?
2,350 pounds. He won first place.
That's over 2 tons, over 1 ton. A ton is 2,000 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's over a ton.
He must have towed it or something. Anyway.
Ooh.
All right, he was nervous. He was a nervous wreck because he said with every bump of the road, he kept thinking, is it going to make it? Is it going to crack open and not be eligible? He finally got to the weigh-in, and it was the last one. So he said, oh, my gosh, this has been incredible. And after the weigh-in, he came in first place, and he won $16,450, or $7 a pound is what they paid.
Now I wonder how much did he spend to drive that thing out there?
Shit, to get $16,000, that was worth the trip. Anyway, his pumpkin was the second heaviest to ever weigh in the last 40 years in California. The biggest one ever weighed was in 2018, where this one was 2,500 pounds. So, but the real champion is in Europe, in Germany, in 2016, where that one weighed 2,600 pounds. Because he was
these things that big.
Well, they say you got to water them and fertilize them, and who knows what else he's doing, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say they doing something else. That's
yeah, but
crazy.
some of them pumpkins they get crazy, but then they're so lopsided and lumpy and
they'd be crazy
looking, and oh my God, it's a freak of nature. I mean, I've seen pumpkin patches,
Wow.
in a rural area of Jersey. They're amazing. You ever been to pumpkin patch?
No, I have not.
Oh my God, it's just a bunch of orange pumpkins everywhere. I mean, everywhere. They grow like watermelons grow the same way. It's really
I guess that's true.
It's basically a squash, in all actuality.
Yeah.
Of a circular form and a large form, and they use a lot of that miracle grow stuff, and they constantly throwing that in the soil and constantly watering, and it just, I ain't got time to be looking at that shit that long.
No.
I'll grow some tomatoes and some green peppers or something. But
call it a day.
And who eats pumpkin? I mean, what do you do at the end of the day once you grow it? I mean, it's not.
That's a good question. Other than a pumpkin pie, what you gonna do with it?
Yeah,
and with a 1-ton pumpkin?
Yeah, but is it any good after you done had it and drove it around and everything, and you still,
Well, it was worth $16,000.
And
that's about it.
And what landfill will take that shit? You said you didn't took it to 6 landfills saying, "Can I throw this away?" Hell no, get that thing out of here. What is that? Garbage or trash? You don't know what is recycled garbage or damn trash. Anyway.
I don't know. But
anyway.
All right. Well, that wraps up the weird news for this week. Let's see. Let's take a CC break and do that.
All right.
And
okay.
Come back with one.
And yes, we will.
You up?
Oh, yeah. I'll be ready.
We'll be back with Redwine, what I'm just saying.
On the other side of the break on the Pajama Party Show.
It's another Friday night at the Pajama Party Show, and we're here with our PJs on because we don't allow clothes in here. If you enjoyed the Pajama Party Show, why not invite a friend or tell a neighbor to tune in right now? Go ahead and text them. I'll wait. Tell them to call us right now at 914-803-4306. And if they want to join in on the conversation, tell them to press 1 so that we'll know they have something to say. We'd love to meet your neighbors, friends, and relatives, so send them a text, email them, or call them up and tell them to join us for the Pajama Party live on Blog Talk Radio. The more the merrier. Or is it Misery Loves Company? Or whichever. Tell them to call us up on 914-803-4306 if they just want to listen, or press 1 if you want to join the conversation. Now let's get back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party Show while I try to find out who hid the belt from my robe. I tell you the truth. Y'all know you're so wrong for that.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
All right, we're going to continue the show with the segment by Redwine. It's called I'm Just Saying. Take it away, Redwine.
All right, tonight I'm just saying something is fishy. Something is fishy, and I'm not talking about down at the wharf. There is something fishy about Daniel Cameron. Now, if you don't know Daniel Cameron, he is the Kentucky Attorney General who dragged his feet seeking charges against the police officers who murdered, in cold blood, Breonna Taylor. Now, when the grand jury indicted only one of the 4 officers, not for murdering Breonna Taylor, but for endangering the lives of the good white folks next door, we knew something was fishy. I'm just saying. But one of the grand jurors sued Cameron to demand the release of the grand jury transcripts because Cameron threw the jury under the bus and misrepresented the circumstances surrounding the whole process. Cameron's potential handling of the evidence in the case then came into serious question. Now, a judge turned around and granted this anonymous juror the right to speak publicly on the case because he had to go to a judge to get permission. The judge said, cool, you can go ahead and talk. Okay, so once that happened, Cameron then turned around and filed a motion to try to keep all the grand jury files secret. Now, his argument was that it was an issue of security and safety for everybody involved. You know, that was his argument for saying, I need to keep all these records secret. He said it's an issue of safety, and the lives of some of the people involved in this case will be in danger if this stuff gets out. Now, I'm going to pause for a side eye right there. Okay? Meanwhile, Breonna Taylor is dead, and the officers that killed her are still walking around free with no murder charges. I'm just saying, something is fishy. Now, what is Daniel Cameron hiding? That's the question. Is he just too scared to upset massa? Is that the problem?
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't want to put these good white folks in jail for murdering a colored woman? Is that the problem? Is he trying to hold on to his house Negro job, even above the cost of justice for Breonna? I'm just saying, something is fishy. Now, someone once said, all skin folk ain't kin folk. Y'all ever heard that saying? All skin folk ain't kin folk. Daniel Cameron is a poster child for that saying. This Bama was endorsed by the Kentucky Fraternal Order of Police when he was running for Attorney General there in Kentucky. So I guess that means what? He belongs to the FOP?
You better believe he does.
Okay, I'm just saying, something's fishy.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that Daniel Cameron comes from the Mitch McConnell plantation?
Get out of here.
Bet you didn't know. I had to research that thing, and I was shocked. The same Mitch McConnell who held up the John Lewis Voting Rights Act in 2020, this year. Cameron served as Mitch McConnell's counsel in the Senate, and he's been urging the Senate to quickly hurry up and confirm Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett. This Bama has been doing all kind of stuff for Massa behind the scenes.
Wow.
And you know Amy Coney Barrett has passed some previous decisions that are problematic for black folk, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
So, this is Redwine, and I'm just saying, I think we know where that funky, fishy smell is coming from, and it's coming from Daniel Cameron.
Mm-hmm. It's good. I could tell by the look of her face, she's a mess.
And he's a mess.
And when she gets that job, believe me, she's gonna be a mess. She's gonna be she looks like she's a bully. You know, all them, perpetrated kids up there, 2 Negro kids in the mix like that. I guess you don't want to show your true racism, so you get 2 dark-skinned black children. Your rainbow tribe. I'm not racist. Look, these are my 2 kids. They did not come out of your papoose, honey.
Mm-mm.
Okay, they appeared.
You went and acquired them.
Yeah, they appeared like a magic act. Fucking David Copperfield pulled them motherfuckers out of the hat, not you. Anyway.
I'm just saying, something fishy. And it's Daniel Cameron.
When I saw him, he got that boyish bitch look anyway. When I saw him with that whole situation.
Yeah, he's straight out of Mitch McConnell's plantation. Mitch McConnell groomed him.
Put him on the kissing list. Put him on the kissing list.
Oh, I got him on the kissing list.
He hangs out with the other guy. What's the other guy's name? Thurman fucking Strong? I mean, not Thurman. Armstrong Williams.
Armstrong Williams. That's
put him with. Link, get some handcuffs and hook. Link him, Armstrong Williams, and Clarence fucking, what's the other guy's name?
Clarence Thomas.
Clarence Thomas. Link all 3 of them together. Shit. Put them all. Put handcuffs on all of them. Put them on a fucking desert island some goddamn where.
I would love to.
Give them one banana to eat.
A one-way ticket. Bye.
1 banana and 1 water.
I like that. Put them all on a raft. Send them out to sea and say, boy, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bye, Felicia.
Yep. Bye, Bamas. Bye, House Negroes.
Ketel, you out there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm tripping out on y'all.
Bye, House Negroes.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, Lord. That was a good one. Something is fishy. I like that.
Yeah, he's a mess. He's a mess. When I first saw him with that whole Breonna thing, and he got on there talking about, well, we just and we
he should have been crying. Oh, we did all
motherfucker. Is this the first time you had to prove your blackness? Well, you did a lousy job, bruh.
We're going to pull his black card. Anyway, we're going to move on. We got to move on. Poppa DD.
All right.
We'll take a break.
You
let's
need
take
a break?
All right,
we need an ice break.
Before we go into, I need it.
All right. We're going to take a
cold beer.
we got to take a beer break, and then we're coming back on the other side of the beer break with Poppa DD and Living for the City. You going to fire it up, Poppa DD?
I'm going to talk about a little reality stuff I went through today.
All right.
People,
we'll be back.
A little street walking and shit.
Street walking. All right. Y'all stand by and stand down. We'll be back on the other side of the break.
Living just enough for the city.
Okay, but why are we doing Stevie Wonder? I thought we were doing Pajama Party.
Well, I was talking about my little one of my segments of Living for the City.
Join the party.
Now you ride me.
That's every Friday night at 9. Pajama Party. No clothes allowed.
Ketel and Redwine step on my parade. I had the mic first. And they're coming in just trying to,
It's my turn.
She's going to sing.
What number to call?
Call us at 914
803
4306
and press 1.
Press 1 to be put into the queue. And say what you have to say. You can read off what we're talking about. Come up with a new subject of your own. We're
hear from you.
We're liberal. We're easy.
Eastern Time.
Eastern Time. We're here 9 p.m. Friday nights. That's 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
West Coast. And maybe 7 o'clock in the mountains or in the
7 in the mountains.
Around Michigan.
8 o'clock Central.
Michigan and New Orleans and all that. We're like an hour back.
Yeah,
but 9 o'clock on the East Coast.
9:15 we say tea time.
Tea time 9:15.
Don't be late when you listen to us. It is 9 o'clock on the dot.
That's right. Every Friday night.
We'll see you there.
Goodbye.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm your host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's time for Poppa DD and Living for the City. What's happening in the city tonight, Poppa?
Well, first of all, I want to give big props to Michael Strahan for one in condolence. His father died a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
And just want to give him condolences on that, as well as he was interviewing the cop that did the shooting of Breonna Taylor. Maybe the one didn't shoot her. So he claimed he got shot. He looked pretty healthy to me, but he made some crazy ass statement while Strahan was interviewing him, saying that when it came to they were talking about different stuff, and he said, yeah, well, our case was nothing like the George Floyd case. And Strahan thought he was saying the fact that it was a different scenario, which it was. He was saying the fact that, well, George Foreman, he didn't really have a stellar past. And boy, to see the look on Strahan's face when that white cop said that, boy, it's like, what is the fact that a man died? What does that got to do with his past or with his record or whatever he had going on? And Strahan politely said, well, he died because there was a knee on his neck. And the guy that did the shooting of Breonna Taylor was trying to cop out of it, saying, yeah, I wasn't downplaying the situation, but, well, you should have been talking about that from the beginning because you were being interviewed to talk about the Breonna Taylor situation. And what the hell did George Floyd have to do with that? You know, I mean, come on. One happened in Kentucky, the other one happened in fucking Minnesota. So why would that even be part of your conversation? Why would you say that George Floyd didn't even have he had a checkered past? Who are you to be a judgment on somebody because he had a record or some stuff in his record on file that does he deserve to die? I mean, these jokers are like, they're so empty when you really get deep into the white man. He's empty as hell. I mean, so empty. He has no substance. He's got no integrity. He's got that white face and just letting it carry his ass into the sunrise and the fucking sunset. It's crazy. Anyway, but let me talk about what happened to me today. All right? Like my father always said, let me tell you this live so I forget it. Anyway, I was at the motor vehicle today up north. I ain't going to say where I'm at. Ain't none of y'all business where I was at. I was at the motor vehicle getting my car inspected. So when they take your car, they have everybody go to the seating area over in the corner area. It's an outside venue where you get the car inspected. and took my brother up there with me. So we're sitting on this outside seat, socially distanced, in a seat that you got to wait on while your car is being checked for inspection. And this white lady, and she's a typical suburban woman, fat-ass feet with some tight-ass flip-flops, spandex clothes with a big old fat ass, waist was all out of shape, floppy titties, typical fucking that white housewife. All the trimmings, embroidered fucking sweater, some old crazy shit, wearing a necklace around the house that maybe around her neck that her grandkids or somebody put around her, birds and whatever, crazy shit. You know the look, you know what I mean? Bullshit ass windbreaker, poor white trash looking like she was, but she was a straight Karen, okay? I would sit on one side of the bed, my brother sit on the other side of the bed. And she would like peeping her eyes up at me and my brother, like at the same time, like thinking we're gonna flex on her because we down way at the end of the inspection station, like in this little booth area with this short bench, and he was on one end, I was on the other end, and there was a space between me and her, and she kept popping her eye up, looking at her, and like we're gonna attack her ass. I mean, she was scaring the shit out of me. I'm saying, like, what the fuck make you think that I want to run up in your fat ass? I don't want your body or your fucking pocketbooks. I don't know what the hell you're protecting. It was crazy. And then I had this other incident happen to me. With in this state I was in, and I can't name it because I don't want to expose myself to anything. In this state I was in, they pump the gas for you up north, okay? Now, anybody up north, you may know what state pumps your gas for you. Anyway, I gave them my card, my ATM card, and you had to put in your zip code. I punched my zip code in, it wasn't working. And you punched it in again. And then I may have changed the address or something, so I pumped in another zip code. It still wasn't working. But then the guy who was the manager, he comes out, but he has a look on me like he didn't trust me as a black man. I guess he thought I was pawning off a bad card because he had this look like he wasn't Now here we got this Middle Eastern greasy motherfucker come out here with flip-flops on with rotten-ass feet. And he owns the gas station or something. But this man looks like, he's a typical fucking refugee from wherever. But he's going to have a look on his face like and I'm only saying that because he looked at me like my card didn't mean shit. Now here I am, an American, born an American, gainfully employed, chose to go to that fucking gas station, okay? That gas station wasn't part of my, I could have went anywhere to get gas. I ended up giving the guy a $20 bill saying, "Give my fucking car back here. Give me $20 with cash. Fuck y'all." You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the moral of the story is that the gas pump was so damn old that the numbers were wore out on there. And like I said, you don't ever touch the gas station in this state there. They pump your gas for you. But when they punch the button, all the buttons were wore out. And a lot of these buttons have what's called a diaphragm background on it. Buttons like on your washing machine, your dryer, that are fat buttons you press. Mm-hmm. They're diaphragm-based, like a woman puts a diaphragm in her to keep them getting pregnant, And the buttons were fucked up. They've been pressed so much the diaphragm broke. Just like a woman, the diaphragm break, you get pregnant. Same difference, right? Anyway. So, I'm saying all that to say that this man looked at me when the owner came out like my card was bad. I'm trying to rip them off. And going back to Trump again. People, whether you're Middle Eastern, Asian, in the Chinese store, please, as black people, leave us the fuck alone with your rhetoric, with your opinion, with your lack of trust, with you thinking who you think we are. We were born in this goddamn country. Despite who we are, as long as we got the money to pay for the shit you selling, sell us this shit, give me a receipt so I can keep it moving. Don't worry about what I am, whether or not you know the black race so damn well or whatever the case may be. Get out of my world and get back in your goddamn world. It's just crazy. I'm going to leave it at that.
All right. That's a good one, Poppa DD. But I feel you on that. Talk all up in your face.
Mm-hmm. They know us so well. No, you want to. I know. You want your chicken fried hard? Fuck no, I don't want my chicken fried hard. Who told you that? You know what I mean? Just because a little young boy came in and said, fry my chicken. You know, young people like this shit hard. Yeah, fry my chicken hard. Fried hard. Well, he was 17, motherfucker. I'm 60. The fuck you mean? Give me my shit fried nice and tender, where it pulls nice, and I can bite it nice and juicy and fucking succulent. Make my shit succulent. Little fucking 16-year-old come in and say, yeah, fried hard. That's because his ass is hungry. He want to chew longer. I don't want to chew long. I want to chew the shit, swallow it, and shit it out. That's all I want to do.
Okay.
Shit. Fried hard. Fry my shit hard. What's wrong with y'all?
Okay.
Oh, gosh.
All right, Papa.
Don't it kill you when you hear when young people say that? Yeah, go ahead.
We don't like it up a little bit.
Let's lighten up.
Oh, my God.
Hollywood. Hollywood.
Oh, my God.
We're going to go to Hollywood with Ketel. Go ahead, Holly. Let's lighten it up. Let me
Come on, Ketel. Give us a Hollywood
Let me get
update.
off my soapbox.
Oh, yeah. All right. Get off your soapbox, Papa. All right. We haven't heard from Arnold Schwarzenegger in a while, but he'll be back and stronger than ever. Following his third heart surgery, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he posted this on Instagram from his hospital bed. Yep. Arnold has a history of heart issues stemming from congenital defect. Prior to his surgery this week, the former governor of California went under the knife to replace a damaged aortic valve, and that was in 97. I guess they put the valve in 97. It's time to replace it. He's outliving his parts. The star then had emergency heart surgery in 2018 to replace a pulmonic valve. So he got a lot going on with his heart. He goes on to say, thanks to the team at the Cleveland Clinic, I have a new aortic valve to go along with my new pulmonary valve for my last surgery. He said he feels pretty good, and he says he will be back. So Arnold Schwarzenegger, he ain't doing too bad.
Of course he will. Okay.
And the son that he had out of wedlock, I'm telling you, he's a split image. He's working out and doing kind of the same thing, bodybuilding like his dad was. He looks just like him.
Wow.
Yep, just like him. You got to pull up a picture of it. Also, Justin Bieber, haven't seen him in a while, introduces the new him in an intimate documentary special. In a sneak peek at his new documentary special titled Justin Bieber, Next Chapter, the singer talks about focusing on his life with his wife, Hailey Bieber, during the pandemic. So in a sneak peek, he is emotional. New documentary special reveals that at one point in his life, he questioned if the pain he felt would go away. He had been battling depression and some other things, going back and forth with an old girlfriend, Ariana Grande. So, I mean, he's getting closer with his wife, and he's putting God in his life now. So, I mean, good for him. Yeah.
Okay.
So, he's finally growing up. I think that's what it is. He's finally growing up. So, Serena Williams, she signed a daughter, Olympia, up for tennis lessons. Serena signed up 3-year-old daughter. Wow, she's 3 years old already.
That time went by quick.
Right. So she was saying on Instagram that she signed her daughter up for the tennis lessons, but the tennis instructor does not know that is her daughter. So maybe the nanny or somebody's taking her to the lessons or something, but she doesn't realize who she is. So that should be interesting.
Oh, they're keeping her identity secret?
I guess so. So it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, so.
Once they put them plastic beads in their hair, they'll know. Okay, go ahead. Right.
The shade.
Papa. Busta Rhymes, he's back on the scene. He went on Instagram and showing everybody his dramatic weight loss transformation. He credit, So he says, "Don't ever give up on yourself. Life begins right now. My dedication is different. I would never put out an album and not be in the best shape of my life." So makes sense. So that's why we haven't heard from Busta Rhymes lately. He's working on getting himself in shape.
Buster's not a fat boy anymore?
No, his abs, you got to check it out. He's looking pretty good. And he is tagging celebrity trainer, his Victor Munoz, celebrity personal chef. He has bodybuilders that are helping him out. So he has a whole team that is helping him out. So, I mean, he looks pretty good from before to after.
Good.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good.
He was becoming right fat.
I know everybody's anticipating Adele. She is super excited to host the SNL. That's you guys' show. You guys love to watch that. She's been on there before, but as a musical guest. Now she's going to host it tomorrow. So a lot of people don't realize that she is very funny. So I hope she will sing something, but she's going to host it. So should be pretty good. Yeah, I might have to check it out. I usually don't watch SNL, but I might check it out because of that. The musical guest is going to be her.
Lost weight,
so,
she lost a whole lot of weight.
Yeah, she lost about 100 pounds. And they said, is she going to talk about that? I doubt it. None of your business. So she's going to take a break. She's going to host it, and she is going to be the musical guest. So.
Well, that's going to be a good show.
Yeah, like I said, I might have to tune in. Last but not least, my boyfriend, Tom Cruise. The next 2 Mission Impossible sequels set dates for 2021 and 2022. Yep, July 23rd, 2021. That's Mission Impossible 7. And then the next one will be 8 on August the 5th, 2022. They said the last one with Rogue Nation had grossed, let me see. I'm sorry, the Fallout Nation had grossed $791 million worldwide. That was making it the, I think the top one of that franchise. And over, 9-10 years, Mission Impossible, they have grossed all the films $3.5 billion worldwide. So kudos to my boyfriend. Yeah. So he's over there in Paris doing his thing. That's what he's filming at. So should be pretty interesting.
Can I just ask a quick question? I'm not hating, but is he not getting too old to be doing these action movies?
He's rocking and rolling. He's staying fit, girl. Okay. He is staying fit. So, and he does a lot of his own stunts too. So.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. Like, is he still trying to do all that stuff? I mean, he's not a spring chicken, but okay.
So that's my Hollywood wrap up.
All right. Well, that was a good one, Ketel. I feel like I'm up to date with the entertainment industry now. We all know what's happening. All right. Well, that brings us down to the Kiss It list, Poppa DD. Can you tell the good folks what exactly is the Kiss It list?
Kiss It list is a list that we compile every week of people that show their butt hiney. We'll put them on the list. We got a special form.
That's exciting.
And we'll start off with the Karen I ran into today. The Middle Eastern joke I ran into today. I wouldn't rag him like that, but he drew first blood, so fuck him.
I've got the Trump campaign for videotaping the voters in Philadelphia.
Right. The cop that was involved in the shooting of Breonna Taylor, the one that was interviewing Michael Strahan, put his ass on it because he put his foot in his mouth when he started talking about George Floyd. He had no reason to talk about that, and I appreciate the fact that Strahan kept his own, saying, well, that he didn't really die because of that. He died because of that illness thing. I'm telling you, you should have heard Strahan. He really held his own. He was ready to say, yo, man, look, you know what I mean? Look, we talking about Breonna Taylor, and you trying to cast judgment on George Floyd. Come on, keep your white ass in perspective. Anyway, put his ass on the Kiss list.
Okay. And I'd like to add President Muhammadu Buhari, President of Nigeria, for that whole SARS, SWAT, whatever you want to call it. death squads over there harassing citizens, killing people. People can't protest without being killed and injured. That stuff needs to stop.
Mm-hmm.
The people in Alabama that are suppressing the vote, they're on the kiss it list.
Mr. and Mrs. Trump for not hugging after the damn debate.
Absolutely.
They definitely sleeping in twin beds back at the crib. That's obvious.
They're in different rooms.
Yeah,
they're in different beds.
Yeah, they are.
The Maumee Public Schools in Ohio for trying to put that curriculum in to make those kids watch right-wing videos with people like Candace Owens. Are you trying to kill these kids' brains?
Yeah, that was crazy. Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
That should be some type of child abuse or whatever.
It is
You're trying to tell people to go home and get extra credit and look at these right-wing videos, these talking heads.
Yeah, and then answer questions.
Because, kids have to have an outlet. They really have to. When you give people instructions without an outlet, it becomes a cult. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. But
okay.
Let's see, what else we got?
I got Gerald the turkey for harassing the seniors and the frail people. That turkey was wearing those seniors out. So he's on the kiss it list. Daniel Cameron, the Kentucky Attorney General, who refused to prosecute those cops that killed Breonna Taylor.
Their brother?
Yes. He ain't a brother.
Yeah,
he's a man with dark skin.
Oh, yeah. They done backed him in a corner a long time ago.
Armstrong Williams
We'll take care of you.
and Clarence Thomas, they're all on the kiss it list.
Armstrong Woman, Clarence Thomas, and you're forgetting one more.
Did we say Ben Carson?
Ben Carson.
Exactly. Put him on there. Donald Trump.
There you go.
Where has Ben Carson been?
Hiding.
In the housing authority with that big old keychain on his belt.
He's over there hiding like that emu on Liberty Mutual. He's hiding with his head in the sand.
Anyway, that's about it.
You got anybody else, Ketel?
Nope. Got covered, everybody.
All right. And again, I'm adding Trump for all those lies he told during the debate and for saying especially that you've done more for black people than any other president and comparing yourself to Abraham Lincoln. What about what Johnson did? Lyndon Baines Johnson signed the daggone Voting Rights Act, but you just completely discount what he did. Man, please. Anyway, we got something for everybody on this week's Kiss It List. And
kiss my entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh, you can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. I'm one of your hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. It's time for the last word. Poppa DD, what is your last word for tonight?
My last word is be careful out there. Just prepare yourself to be careful. Election day is going to be vicious. These people are on the payroll, and they feel like they got to bring home a victory for Trump come Monday morning. So just be careful. Just vote with your heart. Can't nobody stop you from that. And somebody yells at you who you vote for. Yeah, I'm voting for Trump all the way, and you pull that fucking Democrat lever at the same time. You know what I mean? Bullshit them. We have to learn to manipulate. Stop being so nice. I know we was raised by good parents that taught us goodwill, but it's time we start acting fucking vicious as they are. You're going to
at least as undercover as they
are. Yeah, we got to do something. We're so nice. I mean, black people, they think we're whatever, but we're the ones that was raised by good offspring, good ancestors and all. So, anyway, just be careful,
All right. Ketel, what's your last word tonight? Or am I next? Oh, yeah, I usually go next.
Yes,
I'm sorry. The cocktail of the week got me mixed up. Okay, my bad.
Okay.
My last word is vote. Please vote. Don't sit it out. It's important. Put your voice out there. Vote your choice. And like Poppa DD said, be careful. You know, because you got a bunch of nuts out here. You got people trying to kidnap governors. There's people who got some guy got arrested because he was plotting to try to kill Biden. They caught him. I saw something today where a 17-year-old white girl was planning to try to kill. Who was she trying to kill? Was it Biden? I think it was Biden. She was plotting to kill Biden. She had all this stuff written out, and no, I'm sorry, not Biden. She was trying to go kill people at a small church, a black church, and there was only like 40, 50 people because of COVID. She had it all written out, and one of her classmates, she must have told them, and they told the counselor, and the counselor, I guess, told the police, and now the girl's going to be in locked down until she's 21. This girl is thrown away the rest of her life with some crazy stuff. People are losing their minds over elections and stuff and racism and whatnot. We need to watch ourselves, watch your back, watch out for each other, wear your mask. Please keep your mask on, people. That's my last word.
Wow. Okay. My last word
It's a lot going on. I can't.
It is. We need to, like Redwine said, vote. And you guys need to do a little history, too. Look up the Constitution, see what it says. I'm going to tell you the preamble of the Constitution. We, the people, I'm going to say that again. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, and we're not doing that, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare and secure of the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Ordain, and establish the Constitution for the United States of America. Folks, do your history, read that Constitution, see what it talks about, and then go vote again. That's my last word.
Yes, indeed. Ooh, Ketel. You know what? Just hearing it like that, it really brings it all home. But you're right. Yeah. We're not doing any of that right now in this so-called United States.
Yeah. And I was just looking it up that the 13 first states were the southern states. North Kakalaki, down in South Carolina, then some northern states, but that's interesting to see. But do your history. Yeah, just do your history. So,
yep. You know, they always say if you want to hide something from people, put it in a book.
Yeah,
all right
true.
Now.
It's all right there.
Okay.
All right. Well, if we're all done, we're wrapped. That's a wrap. We're going to get on out of here. Go put our mask back on. Do the right thing. Protect yourself. Protect one another. And we're going to say goodnight and get on out of here. Say goodnight, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Ketel.
Good night.
And this is Redwine saying bonsoir. Until next Friday night, we'll do it again when we'll be live on the Pajama Party Show. Special thanks to our parent company, DC Homegrown Entertainment. You can check them out online at dchomegrown.com. And check us out online at apajamaparty.com. Do not forget the apajamaparty.com. And we do thank you for hanging out with us tonight. And we'll see you again next Friday night. We're out. Everybody say good night.
Good night, everybody.
All right.
Good night.
Peace.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, Good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Pajama Party, grown and sexy.